Obama have to get in front of the media. President Obama.
But you're far more important.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm far less important. Why am I always in front of you guys?
You make a lot more money.
He's got a press center. You gotta get your message out to your players. You get Dwayne out front.
I can't believe you didn't have a comeback.
He's going to be out here and answering your questions next.
You didn't have a comeback. You always
I
have
know.
a comeback.
You got me. You was kind of like chasing me down the hallway.
You got to resort to that. You can always pull that out to save yourself.
Most of the players we talked to said they don't read the newspaper. Do you believe that?
Yeah, because they're on the internet all day. You guys just know that if you have a blog, they read that. If you think they're going to pick up a newspaper and looking at it, they're not doing that. Because people don't read the newspaper that much anymore. They look at blogs, they look at, it's just what it is. I don't mean to say that to you, but especially young kids.
Cal, how much value is there in the bye, and how much do you think about that this week?
No, my whole thing is that seed. We just got to keep fighting and tell these kids, just play hard, play harder than that other guy, and then just play with a reckless abandon. You do this together, you execute, which we've been doing a pretty good job of, and then wherever it falls, it falls. I mean, when it's not one and done yet. It will be in about 2 weeks, but it ain't there right now. So we just got to fight. This is a talented team we're playing. Hobson as good as anybody in our league, maybe the best talent in our league. With Tobias and going, they just come at you with so many guys, and they've got a deep team. I know Williams didn't play last game, and they won anyway. They got up 20 on the road, but I imagine he will play against us, and that's fine. I mean, they're big and they're athletic and they're long and they're a very good team.
Talk about the boost to morale if you guys can win this one on the road, especially heading into tournament play.
I think the last two built some confidence for us. Last one we made it a little bit close, but again, as I watch the tape, they made plays too now. Vandy played to win, and they went right down to the wire. So we played a good team and beat them. In Florida the same. I mean, Florida comes back and beats Alabama by 40. I mean, we had Florida down. They got a little bit closer, but we had them down double digits. So,
What is it about Hobson that you say maybe he's the best player in the league?
Because he can score and he can take over a game and could create his own shot without help. Those are the kind of guys who are dangerous. Like I watched a little bit of Wisconsin, Indiana last night. Well, Indiana was great until that little kid got the ball and scored 12 straight points, and then it was the ball game. What did they run for him to? They did not run one play for him. They ran a pick and roll. They switched. He played one-on-one. He scored 12 or 15 straight points. And I sat there and felt bad for Tommy. I'm like, what do you do? Well, here's how we're going to stop that player. It's not a play. And that's what Hobson can do. And just go get his own. And they don't have to run anything. And no one has to take credit. It's just he got it. He scored it. He can do it.
Coach, how important do you think it was against Vanderbilt that you all were able to win a close game?
It's important. Important. I mean, the free throws down the stretch by two freshmen. Say it again, I don't know I know for a fact there's nobody asking their freshmen to do more than we are. It's not even close. Other teams have freshmen that are playing well, but if they don't, we're okay. We're not in that position. I mean, these kids got to perform. And the last six free throws were by our freshmen. They made 5.
Tennessee's outscored opponents 25 out of 30 games in the paint. How do you prepare for that with your guys?
I mean, did they outscore us last time in the paint? Come on, you got to do your homework. I don't know if they did or not. I mean, the tape I'm watching, they're Tobias and Williams and all those other guys around the goal are active. They get after it. They tip balls in. Hopefully, we're working a little bit. There's 2 things that we didn't do. One was really teaching Josh how you play a kid when we say we're guarding the 3-point line, you're bare. And I didn't do a good job. I mean, I let that kid come all the way under the basket, find position, and then look for the ball. Versus telling him you got to meet the guy higher so that you're fighting higher. And we've always taught one-on-one that way. And you know what? This season I have. But then again, we were doing different digs and traps in the post to protect him. Now he had no protection, and we didn't do a very good job. And the other thing is when there's a big kid on Brandon, you know, things that we can do to get him in a different position. So we talked about it yesterday. They had a good practice yesterday. I don't know what that means, but you know, the guys are trying.
John, you mentioned the free throws at the end of the game. What else did you see that was different? Did they carry themselves any differently at the end of the Vandy game than they had in some of those other close games? It's just a matter of the ball bouncing.
They held on to the rope. They held on to the rope. What's happened in this, and even some of this past game, Vandy, the plays are someone's got to make a play. There's a rebound and the ball's free. Someone has to get it. Go get it. They're all telling each other, go get it. No, you got to go get it. And we still have a little bit of that versus I'm just going to go make the play. I'm just going to go get the ball.
Cal Brandon was saying, only one more chance to win on the road. He was saying you kind of want to do that just to show that you can, just to show to yourself that you can win one. Will you bring that up with them to get this last one?
Mm-hmm. Talk about seed. Important game for our seed. And the higher your seed is in that tournament, the better chance you have at advancing. We got a hell of a shooting team now. It's scary. And I'll tell you right now, with the 12 RPI and the 10th strength of schedule, there's a lot of people that are saying we hope we don't have to see them. And I would agree with them. But we just got to finish. It's nice what we've done. The one thing I told you that's great about this league is each week you're going to have resume building games. The problem with it is each week you have resume building games. There are leagues that all you have left are resume damaging, bubble bursting games. You have nothing that's going to better your situation. And every game you play can either burst your bubble or kill your seed. And I've been in those leagues, and it's hard. You think this is hard? Try to win every game, like on the road when they're all sold out and it's the biggest game, and they have a clock that counted down for a week with tents outside the clock and have to go in there and win. I mean, this is hard. That's ridiculous. And now you think of those players. It's kind of being in a tournament where only the tournament winner is going to the NCAA tournament, and your team's won every game in the league. But it doesn't matter. They got to win the tournament or they're not in. Think about those kids. That's why I said it's good to be in this kind of league for all of us. I mean, Tennessee's still trying to get their resume together, and here we come to town. It's good for everybody.
How many teams gonna make the big dance, John?
I would say 5 or 6. 5 or 6, which is what I thought at the beginning of the year.
There are 6. Who could that be?
I would say the 4 or 5 on our side in Alabama, and then maybe someone wins the tournament. Who knows? I'll tell you what, Mississippi State, they're winning now, they're winning games, and they got talent. You saw what they did to us to start the game. They had us beat. So, I mean, they're hanging around out there. You could have a team, like Arkansas could go and hunt because they can shoot. You saw what they did to us down there. Mississippi could. I mean, it's just, any of those teams could win the tournament. And then the other teams, I think, have played themselves in. We got 3 or 4 teams whose strength of schedule is so high. It's hard to say that you're going to leave people out with the strength. Who chosen to go play the best schedules in the country?
Cal, you said that you had a really good shoot around the other day. You said you had a good practice yesterday. Are you one that's a good sign going down the end of the year, or or you just never know?
Not for the year. It's for that game. We've had shoot-arounds where guys are pouting or tired, or we got a game this afternoon. Miss every shot. Just miss every shot like it's okay, and then think they're going to go play the game that night and they'll be fired up and ready. And then they go in and miss their first 3, and their memory is all those shots they missed a shoot-out. That's what an inexperienced young team doesn't understand. And that's why I said, if you want to have fun, and I talked about it and told them what it means to have fun and how you have fun. They think it's, if you give us a week off, we're going to have a fun time. Or just let us do whatever we want, we'll have fun. No. If everyone doesn't come to work and come with a passion and a focus, none of us have fun because we're all mad at you and you. You can't have fun unless everyone comes. You can't have fun if you're not covering for each other, whether it's defense where I can play aggressive and you got my back, thanks, man, or you give me an easy shot, it's great pass, thank you, where we recognize great play. And the other thing is You got to be the aggressor. If you're getting punched in the mouth, it is not fun. That was fun. It's not fun. Now, if you're knocking him in the mouth, that's fun. You get knocked down, that is not fun. You knock him down, you give him a little look. And that's what it's not just playing. And you can't figure that out on the video games. Like, oh, there's a dive for a ball. You can't, this is different. When it's body to body, mano a mano, it's a little different. So we're still learning.
This might be Bruce Pearl's last game.